George Beebe is a former Russia CIA chief and joins me now. Is it possible, George, that the Ukrainians could actually win in this situation? And by winning, I mean push Russian troops out of the territory they've occupied for the last 16 months?
Well, Stuart, I think there was that possibility over the past 48 hours when it looked like Putin faced a real threat to his rule, and the Russian military faced the prospect of having to divert its resources and attention from the war in Ukraine to the uprising in Russia. Putin's ability to put this crisis behind him quickly through a compromise deal with Prigozhin, I think it essentially closed that window of opportunity for the Ukrainians. They're going to have to return to a situation where they face some pretty formidable Russian defensive fortifications in Ukraine. So Russia still has the ability to defend itself there. So there's some long odds that the Ukrainians are facing on the battlefield right now.
So does Putin stay? He cracks down, maybe kills Prigozhin and stays? Is that how this plays out?
Well, I don't think there's any doubt that Putin took a real political blow from the events of the past couple of days. One of the things that Russians look for in a Kremlin leader is to be able to maintain order. And a lot of Russians have got to be asking themselves how Putin allowed the circumstances in Russia to spin so far out of control. I don't think that means he's in danger of being overthrown tomorrow or next week. But he faces a re-election potentially in March of next year. And Russian elites have got to be wondering whether he's the guy that should be remaining at the top in the Kremlin. We'll have to see how this unfolds.
6,000 nukes in Russia. Does our intelligence services, do they know where they all are and who controls them?
Well, that's an absolutely top priority of U.S. intelligence. There's no greater threat that the United States faces than some sort of escalation into a direct confrontation with Russia and possible spiral into nuclear war, or the possibility that Russia might lose control over its nuclear arsenal in some way, and they could wind up in the hands of people that would use them against the United States. So absolutely, the U.S. intelligence community is keeping very careful track of that.
And if they moved, we would know it. George Beebe, thank you very much for being with us this morning. Very important day, and we appreciate you being here. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you.